What's up, fellow vendors? Extreme Vending here, and today we are going over the parameters of the claw machines and the settings. I've been asked by several viewers about going over this menu uh, just to give them more of an insight, because quite a few of you have ordered mini claw machines and this will be your first time, and it would be nice to know and have a little bit of a guide on the parameters settings. Usually I leave them at default, but there are some very important settings in here that you can tweak to improve the performance of your claw to make it look more presentable, I should say. And I'm going to give you an example here real fast on something that I found very important, and we'll go over here briefly. But first, if you do mess with the parameter settings and you mess it up and you're not happy with the settings and you just kind of don't remember what your default is, worst case scenario, and this is important, you can always just do a reset under the letter F. Now when you reset it, it's going to change it back into Chinese, and the default settings are going to be back in setting. That will be back. So in order to do that, you just hit down, go back to the previous menu, and go all the way up to the letter A. This is basic settings, and scroll down until you see the word English, which is on the third page, and just hit over. Now you've got the language back in English, and everything's at default, even the cost per game and the payout rate. So if you've had 20 plays to win, it's now back up to 30, which is default, at least for my machine, and it's 1 coin now to play. So let's go ahead and get started in the settings over here, and let's go over this. First up is Strong Claw, which is S Claw. Now the strong claw is the strength of the claw on the amount of voltage. The higher it is, the stronger the grasp of the claw will be when it's ready to pay out. So in this example, I'm just going to go back into the previous menu under probabilities because I reset it as you saw. Right now, every 30 tries, it would activate the strongest claw and it will give it the strongest grip. So we are going to change it to when it's ready to pay out. I'm going to leave it at 2. So here we are at 2. I fast forwarded it for you guys so you don't have to see me count all the way down. So it's going to be the strongest. It's going to grasp for 1 second on every turn. It's going to grasp at 20 volts. All right. But on the second turn, it should be the strongest claw and it will be ready to pay out. So we're going to see that go in free play. So I just put it on free play. And what you're going to see is 1 and 2 turns, the claw is going to grab and it's going to stay in the grab position, and every 2 turns it will drop. So it dropped that time. And did you see how wide it dropped? It was very dramatic, like it was as if it never even grabbed, which I'll show that again. But let's focus on this real fast. So now it's going to show the strong claw. It stayed strong for a second but dropped. But now it's going to be the strongest, and that's what 20 volts did. It was pretty strong all the way thick and through. But this is what I was talking about. I got a better angle this time. So this is going to be the time where it's not going to pay out because this is the first of 2. And watch the claw. It's going to grab for 1 second and then it's going to drop. See, it was only strong claw for 1 second there. And it dropped it. But did you see how wide open that was? We can adjust that too in the settings, which I'm going to show you in this video, which is very important because I think people, when they see the claw, now it's going to pay out, so I'm just going to see how it stayed together that time. I just did the air grab, but this time when I grab, the claw is going to be open after a second. It's going to open up all the way. See that? We want to fix that. That's very important. People will think they're getting scammed, more so than what they should feel. You know what I mean? Because the claw, you know, it is set to pay out, whatever you set it to, but it looks really bad. So that's why this video is so important. I'm going to show you how to adjust that. Now we're going back in here. Now, S time is the strong claw time. You remember how you saw the claw grab that toy and after a second it let go? That's the strong claw timer. Now, weak claw represents the strength when it's not ready to pay out, where it's light, it's not as strong. That's always going to be lower than strong claw. And let me read the instructions to say how it actually describes it. I got the menu right here. It says, to set the weak claws is the grasping force of the smaller number, the weaker the power. So that's all it says on here on the menu thing. It's in rough translation. But Let's go to the number 4. Now this 4 is L and G and V. What it really stands for is the adjustment. This is the grasping force. This is the adjustment of what we're going to go through. You know how you saw the claw at 7.5 volts for my machine. We saw the claw where it would just dramatically open all the way. If I were to adjust that and make that stronger, I'll show you the difference. Let's say, I don't know what my settings are at all the time. Let's see, I've tried it on this machine. So we're at 13.5 volts. So let's go back to this free play mode. And you remember how when I was supposed to lose, how much it just opened up. But you see it didn't open, well, it may have been payout. I may have set this thing too strong. Did you see that? It opened it up, but just barely. Let's try that again. So this is payout. But watch the tip of the claw. I'm sorry the angle's not the best. We're going to adjust it. I'll do another air grab. So watch the tip of the claw for just a slight moment. After that second, it just opened just barely. Ah, man, that angle's... Maybe that's a little too high at 13.5 volts. I'll make it a little bit more dramatic. Hang on, guys. So I adjusted LGV to 11.5 volts. So it's 2 volts lower. Let's see how dramatic the loss is now. Okay. So that was a win. Wasn't very dramatic because it was a win ratio. I don't know if I can get this one. You see how it opened up? Let's do that again. Let's try to get a closer look on this one. Actually, so I gave you guys the view from what it looked like on the inside when it opens up. Now let's show you what it looks like when you grab a toy and it's going to lose. So I grabbed the toy and I lost. I mean, I just basically sucked there. That was my bad. Okay, you were supposed to win that time. Let's grab a toy and actually lose when it's supposed to lose. Okay, see if I... Oh my gosh, I am so bad. But you see how it opened up? Luckily I grabbed it enough. So it dropped it. It wasn't so dramatic at 7.5 volts. I mean, compared to 7.5 volts, that thing just opened up all the way. This time at 11.5 volts, 4 more volts, it actually grabbed the toy and it looked like it kind of slid off the claw a lot more. It didn't look so dramatic. You know what I'm saying? So that's why that was so important. And for those, yeah, you see how it just looked like it slipped off? That is more important. And then let me show you again what it looked like at 7.5 volts at default. All right, I set it up to 7.5 volts. Let's see us grab a prize. Okay, I knew that was payout. Let's grab this prize in the back. It's probably easier. And we're gonna grab it and watch it drop. It's gonna be so bad. See, it looked like it opened up all the way. And I'll give you guys an inside look. Sorry I'm putting so much time on this. It's just that is so important when you're showing a customer that when they're playing the game, they don't want to feel like they got cheated that much. They want to feel like they're winning every, they're getting a real legit, oh, my key fell out, legit game. You know what I mean? And you can see the difference on the camera angles, how bad that was. So I just showed you what I thought was important. Those were settings that I personally mess with. These next settings I've actually never even touched. I'm just going to read to you what the description is on the manual and kind of give you my thoughts, and maybe I'll play with a few of them. But the AI mode, M stands for manual. There's also A for automatic. And according to the manual, it says you set the grasping force time. You can either do it manually or have the machine do it for you, which I like controlling it myself, so I'll probably just leave it at default at manual. The next one is rope length, and this will give you the length of the claw to reach the toys with the rope. So it will automatically close after a certain amount of range. And basically the way I look at that is, if you were to mess with this, if I were to theorize, Here, I'll show you. So the claw will eventually automatically close its grasp after it drops a certain distance. So that must be the length of 50. If I were to shorten that, it will close a lot sooner. And the way we can test that theory, let's dramatically lower this, set to like 10. Oh boy, that took forever. Finally at 10. Let's see it drop now. Okay. See the claw. Oh, yep. That would imagine putting your coin in there and you're going to play the claw and it goes like this. Boop. What a scam. You'll never sell any toys, but you'll scam a lot of kids. So, like I said, I would just leave that rope at default at 50. But these next 3 settings, which are the last 3 settings, guys, they basically are the same in the sense like speed, the speed of the claw. So front and back, that means when you're going back and forth on the claw, how fast it'll go. So when you are going to play for your toys, you can adjust how fast it is. So it's on the faster setting. I'll put it in the slower just to show you how dramatically different the speed is. And you can adjust that for going front and back, left to right, and up and down. That's basically what that is. So let's go ahead and return, and I messed with the 1 speed. You'll see a difference between back and forth and up and down and such. So left and right is normal. This is the speed for left and right. Now watch. Actually, that doesn't even seem any different. I don't even think that really mattered on this machine. Oh, we still only go... I forgot to change that. But that's supposedly supposed to set your... That was supposed to slow down back and forth. But it didn't even do anything on my machine. I can't even make it down there for a toy. It's such a scam now. But anyways, so that's basically it on the settings. Now there are, and I will, in my description, I'll have this uploaded, a copy of these settings, so you guys can have this manual too. But as you can see that there is a few more settings in different versions of the motherboard. I don't have these settings, but maybe you do. So if you do have delay and you want to learn about delay, top, SWS, release, and B delay and up, if you have all those other settings, I'll have this scanned and uploaded where you can download this and off of my, maybe like a Google Drive or something like that. Or maybe you know what, I'll put it in my Discord. I'll upload the pictures on Discord. So if you guys haven't already done so, make sure you go on my Discord. I have Galaxy Games on there, 843, supporting the Discord. We share the Discord together, and there are some really great vendors on there that actually know a lot about vending and who are also starting out. There's a lot of starters and a lot of veterans in there. So be sure to go on my Discord channel, which you can click the link down below and join our Discord, and you can chat with us. But anyways, guys, I hope this helped you out. I hope you learned. Like I said, the most important setting was probably the back where I was showing you the grasping, making sure people know that they can adjust the grasping, because you don't want to look like it's cheating the system too much. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you haven't done so, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you in the next video.